goldies.
Hello, goldies. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Precious Gold. Hi, goldies. Welcome. If you are a new subscriber, hey, girl, how you doing? And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, Goldie, welcome back. All right, goldies. I have missed you guys so much today. So I just thought to share some gems with my goldies, with you guys, things that I've learned so far, here and there. As a married woman, I'm gonna be married for like almost 3 years now. We're gonna make 3 years in August this year. So I just thought to share some, things that I've learned. Basically, it's mostly gonna be my biggest lessons from our arguments here and there, because as we all know, couples fight, we argue. So yes. All right, goldies. So today's topic would be the biggest lessons I've learned from our arguments as married couples. We are going to be married for 3 years now in August. Oh my gosh! I've been a married woman for that long. That is so crazy. Time really does fly so fast. But yes, 3 years in August, and you know how people are always like, your first 2-3 years are the hardest part of the relationship. Buckle up, blah blah blah. I mean, they're not wrong, but we can break it down, because I wouldn't say it was the hardest part of our relationship, but we definitely did have a lot of learning to do, right? So yes, basically, I feel like I had already been showing him since we started dating, meaning I've been showing him that I can been showing him that I can switch it up sometimes. Like, I'm not the type to let things slide. When I don't like something, I don't like it, and I'm gonna let you know right then and there that I do not like it. So please don't do it again. With a smile on my face too, you know what I mean? But yes, I'm just gonna be so vulnerable with you guys and just open, right? The first few months of us dating was like just constant arguments, back and forth. And now that I think about it, it's not like arguments that made sense. It's just like petty things that I could have just let go, or I could have just overlooked. But I just, knowing me, I gotta let you know everything from the jump. So it's not like when we get serious, when we get serious, you're going to be like, oh, well, you didn't tell me you didn't like that. I've been doing this. You never mentioned. Nah, we're going to talk about it then and there. So, yeah, so our arguments used to be so bad that, like, he would call my mom, call my dad, like, and I think it's crazy because we were still just dating, right? But at a point, he met my parents, of course. Since we knew we were going to be serious, he met my dad, met my mom first, and then my dad, right? So we've kind of established that relationship that we are going to take each other serious, and, if it leads to marriage, sure. And that's basically the first man I ever introduced to my family, ever. They never see me with no man, okay? But yes, so yeah, he got to the point that he would call my parents, and like they would drive all the way from their side of town, because I was staying with him at the moment. Drive all the way from there, come to us, and like try to sort our arguments and try to make peace. Things that are just unnecessary. Like, we didn't need to do all that. If I had just calmed down, and if I was just mature enough to like sit down and just have that conversation with him and like tell him where he went wrong, and he does the same. But it just wasn't really like that, because when I'm upset, I'm upset. When I see red, I see red. It's gonna take me a minute to calm down, and even till now, I feel like that's still something I'm working on. He tells me like, I don't know how to calm you down. Like you just, when you see red, you see red. And I'm like, wow, that's not good. That's not a good thing that even your own partner doesn't know how to like talk to you and you calm down, But actually now I've been putting it into practice. Like I've been letting him know that, you have that power. You can calm me down because it makes him feel good. And I guess it makes me feel good too, I guess, to know that somebody can talk me down and talk me out of my madness, basically. But yeah, all those times we would argue. I feel like the most difficult part, or arguing phase, was really when we're dating, and maybe the first year of marriage, maybe. But I kept going down and down and down. Like I kept reducing the fights, like so say we're dating, he's calling my mom, I'm walking out, I'm like throwing things, breaking things. Oh my god, y'all, I used to break things. Oh my god, yikes. That's so sad. I used to break things. We went to Funplex one day. We took a picture, good, nice picture of us two. We kept it in like our mirror place to just be reminding each other of whatever. And we got in that argument. I took that picture, I tore it apart, I ripped it apart, and I was just like, oh my god. And when I calmed down, I was like, damn, I really like that picture. Why did I do that? And like, little petty things like that. I had like a cute little ornament in the house that I broke when I was getting upset trying to move my things from his place back to my mom's house. Anytime he pissed me off, oh, that was my thing. I was gonna move. You're not gonna talk to me sideways. I'm gonna pack my bags and leave. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't forget we're not married and I can leave you straight up. That used to be my thinking. And that's also because like the men I dated before him, that was it. Like it was just a bunch of toxicity.
Yeah. Continue. What do they call them?
Continue. Yeah, just moving forward.
Continuity.
Oh,
Toxicity. It was just a bunch of toxicness. Please. It was just weird. Like, oh my god. And like we would argue, and I would be like, oh, I'm leaving, and then he just lets me leave, and I'm like, you're not gonna call me back, you're not gonna say you're sorry. And then he's like, nah, I already told you I'm sorry, you're not gonna chase me down. So I'm not doing that. I'm not chasing you outside, I'm not chasing you anywhere. You want to leave, you're gonna leave. Like I don't know what to do or tell you to do. And then the next time we argued, I tried to leave, he tried to stop me. I said, boy, if you don't get out my way. You trying to stop who? Yo, it turned into like a whole fight. Like I was like trying to move him, like push. He was trying to hold me, like, no, don't go. Like you already told me to stop you from leaving. So this is me doing. I'm like, well, nigga, I changed my mind. Don't touch me. I'm leaving. Like just petty arguments like that back and forth. Like why? And then I would just by myself in my two legs, I would use my legs and come back to the house when I'm ready. Use my own hands and offload my load that I packed before. That walk of shame was crazy. Like it would be so weird and funny because who asked you to leave in the first place? Now you have to do the walk of shame and bring your things back here, like, and he's just looking like, okay. And the good thing about him is he's never kicked me out. He's never asked for his keys back. He was just such a patient lad. Like I'm grateful. I thank God because I feel like God knew to send me someone patient because he knew I had to work on my patience. Like he knew that was somewhere I was lacking in. So yeah, I definitely want to say those days were not our best times. That was like the first year of us dating and like maybe first year of us married. So with the marriage, once we got married, I don't think I ever packed my things to leave. Since we're married now, I know it's sealed. I never packed my things to leave. But I would still like yell. I would still like blah 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 blah, like go off unnecessarily, things like that. And the good thing about, well, not about that, but like good thing then for me was the apartment we were staying. It was only 2 apartments on that building, on that layout. I actually said that word before. I don't know why I don't remember it now, but it was just our apartment and another person right next to us, right? And then the rest were downstairs. And then luckily for us, the people that was next to us, they moved out. So it was really just us. So we could yell, shout, scream, break things. Nobody is calling the cops. Nobody is like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you guys okay? We had that. But here in this new place, we have like 6 apartments on the same corridor, the same place. And it's just funny because you don't want to yell too much because people will hear your business. People will know what you're fighting about. People will, So, yeah, that was that one thing that I would always do. And I would say like one thing I learned with that is, so I would say one thing that I have learned now to help me better is listening to understand, right? Not listening to respond, right? And if you see me looking down, that's because I have my notes. I'm looking into my notes and my phone as well. Just I have some points that I don't want to forget to say. So yeah, always listen to understand and not to respond. Like talk about it. Just basically listen, because that was my thing. Once he's telling me about myself, I'm quick to like defend myself. I still am, honestly. I still am quick to defend myself, but now I'm conscious about it. Now I'm like, okay, let me just listen. Let me try to understand where he's coming from. Like, let me see what he's talking about. And one thing about my husband is he's so sweet. Like he likes sweetness, he likes softness, he likes femininity. He just likes it when you're trying to be a woman to him, when you're like, oh babe, can I please have that? Or no, please give me that. Or no, don't do that. He would listen if I'm talking like that in like a feminine energy. If I'm still maintaining my feminine energy, he would listen more to that than me. What are you talking about? Whatever. Once I start doing all that, he's clocked out. He's clocked out mentally. Like I could see his face. I could see when he's mentally checked out of that conversation when I start doing all that. And that's also one thing. The funny thing is that, I think like the Holy Spirit has like put it on my mind too before, like, that this man would he would do anything for you. You can get anything out of him. You have the power. You have the upper hand. You just need to know how to use it. 'Cause the type of man you have. He's not fire for fire type of guy. Like he just wants peace. Just talk to me, rub his beard, rub his hair, just like all those type of things. And I'm not used to all that. I'm used to, nigga, give me my money. You gonna give me a what? I'm gonna go meet the next person to give it to me. You're not gonna give me? Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm done. Blah, blah, blah. That's me. And that's not who he wants. He wants the soft precious, and that has also kind of helped me be more soft-spoken and like just remaining my feminine energy. Like he just doesn't like all that harshness, right? And I feel like that's the same with any man that loves you. Like you can get more out of them than with love, talking to them with love, than being aggressive and being assertive and things like that. I'm not saying not to be assertive. You should be in what you want, but just know how to do it there's timing for everything as well. The timing too, I've learned that timing also matters. It's not when he's coming back from a long day of work that you now want to talk about your feelings and talk about how he didn't kiss you this morning before he left, or how he didn't da 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 before da da da. And the funny thing, I'm casting my husband, but that's the little thing he complains about. Things that I'm the one that I'm supposed to be saying, like, oh, you didn't give me a hug before you left, or you didn't say I love you, you just said love you, or what's wrong, like, are you mad at me? Things like that. That's my husband. That's the little things he does. And I'm just looking like, nigga, you know that's supposed to be me, right? I'm supposed to be the one doing all this stuff. But he just, yeah, he's a soft boy. I love that for me though, because it's making me like soft. Like, let's be soft together. Like, there's nothing, the world is already harsh enough on us. Life is harsh, life is hard. So let's just be soft to each other. Let's take our time to talk to each other. Let's talk to each other like friends. Know that we are not the problem. The problem is the problem. You know, like, hey, y'all heard that? We are not each other's problem. The problem is the problem. Like, separated, know that this is what the problem is. This is the issue we keep fighting about. So yeah, stop doing all that. Stop. Yeah. But yeah, I did tell you guys, like, the Holy Spirit did put that on my mind. Like, you know, you can just remain in your feminine power, femininity, and things like that. And funny enough, like, I think the next day, my husband said the same thing. He was like, you know, you have no idea how much, you know, how much you can get from me, how much you mean to me, how much he loves me. It's like, if only I would just know how to approach him. Like, if only I would just know how to, like, say, my delivery matters. Me, I just feel like it's what I'm saying. As long as it's not too harsh, delivery doesn't matter. Like, but no, he taught me that delivery matters. What you're saying matters. Eye contact matters. Because when I'm talking to him and I'm not, like, looking at him and I'm just talking, he's like, why are you not looking at me? Like, are you talking to me, or are you talking to somebody else? Little things like that. I'm like, I didn't really know. I'm just learning with him. Okay. But yeah, we talked about listen to understand and not to respond. Timing matters, and pride. Y'all, let me tell you, pride is the real enemy here, because pride, I feel like, has made fights worse, right? Until I've learned how to humble myself. I'm still learning how to humble myself, because it's not every day I want to be humble. Some days I just want to show you that myself, I get pride. You know, how about that? Let's go band for band. What's up? You know? But as a woman of God, child of God, a Proverbs 31 woman, you can't be doing all that. You know, just have to set your pride aside and things like that. Like, I remember, yes, so I remember one time I was much younger. I was at the camp, church redeem camp. If you guys know, you know. I was in camp with my brother, my sister, and my sister's man. I think my parents too, but we were just together at that moment. Me, my brother, my sister, and her boyfriend then. Right? And I and my brother had done something to them, and they were gonna go out after that. They were like, you know, you guys need to apologize to us before we take you. My brother just straight up said no. My brother straight up said, oh yeah, I'm sorry, sure, I'll apologize, I'm sorry. We got to my turn. I was like, no, I'm not apologizing. I stick to what I said. And I didn't apologize, and they left me. And I was still standing my ground. I was still like, yeah, no, I'm not apologizing. That's pride. You know, like, pride is your biggest downfall. And at that point, I was now regretting, like, oh my God, I should have just said sorry and just went with them, because I was the only one at the campsite and I was bored out my mind. Like, only if you had just said sorry, they would have even forgotten that you said the sorry when you get to where you're going to, right? But I feel like my pride started since that day when I knew, like, yeah, I don't have to be forced to say sorry. I don't have to do this, do that. I'm not doing that. You hear me? I also remember an instance where like I was talking to a friend like recently, and she was like, yeah, like, you need to be kind of like be with people that are in your cycle, like people that want kind of what you want, and like try to kiss their ass and like be close to them and whatever. I'm like, girl, you must not know me. Like I'm prideful. I'm not gonna, if I ask you once to help me with something and you're not doing it, or you're reluctant to do it, I'm just gonna let you be. I'm not gonna keep asking you over and over like, oh please, but please help me. Nah. One thing I've learned is you can't treat outsiders better than you treat your spouse. Like, and it's crazy because he said that to me before once, like, you're so quick to forgive outsiders, you're so quick to like, oh, it's okay, to people you barely know or people that but when it comes to me, it's like you don't give me grace. And that broke my heart, guys. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, wow, I make you feel this way?
That's how I feel. Like, you give people grace that you don't show me, and that's not good. You definitely want your home to be more peaceful and more at peace, or better than outsiders, because you're sleeping in the same bed with this person, you're living with the person, you're eating the same food, everything. So they have to be okay before you start worrying about what others think, or like apologizing to others and things like that. And I've really, since then, I've tried to make it a note to like, do better by him, because he's such a sweetheart. But yeah, so knowing that, focusing on the problem, not your partner, Sha. Focus on the issue, not the person. Attack the problem, not your spouse's character. Attack the problem. Don't just, because then my first year of dating, I used to always like, oh no, you fuck that, you da da da, you da da da. That was me attacking his character. And not gonna lie, not once did he call me out my name. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I feel so terrible. But now, like, if you ask him now, he would tell you that yes, you're changing. I can see the changes in you. You've tried to calm down. You try to listen to me more now. You try to da da da. Things that I never even thought I would want to do for a man. A man. But yes, girl, I'm over here sipping so hard. But yes, please focus on the issue and not the person. Attack the problem. They are not your problem. They are your spouse. You guys are one, right? So never forget that. Like all that calling your parents to solve arguments, or calling your siblings to come talk to your spouse, all that it's not really good, right? Because we all know this. Like, once you guys are good now, you've told them all the bad things your spouse has done, but now you guys are cool, your parents have not forgotten. They've not forgotten what you told them your spouse did, right? So things like that kind of just made me realize, like, okay, when we have an argument, I either go to God or talk to him, my husband, right? Because he's the one I'm mad at, right? He's the one that offended me. So he's the only one that can kind of resolve the issue, not my family members, not, friends, things like that. And friends, one thing I've learned is that they're just waiting for your downfall. They're waiting for you to tell them the bad things about your partner so they can possibly use it against you in the future, or just hold on to it like, yeah, she thinks she has the perfect marriage, but her spouse is doing this, his spouse is doing that, things like that. So yeah, always talk to God whenever you feel like you need somebody to vent to. And what I've also figured out or learned is that once I talk to God about it, it's like I don't even have the will to tell anybody else. It's like I'm full now. I'm like, okay, I've vented, I've done my thing, I'm good. So I either talk it out with him, or I just let it go and move on. But yes, that's all right. So I just want to keep this short and simple. Nothing too da 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 da. so you guys don't lose me, right? But yeah, let me know if you guys want a part 2 where I share like how we make up after those arguments, because you know that part matters too, making up and everything. But this is just the lessons I've learned from our arguments. I think there are 5 that I've just shared with you guys. So yes, dear, hold on to it and hold on to that good man that you know is a good man. You hear me? Hold on to him. Try to fix your ways if you need to. Take pride and ego out the way, okay? You're a woman of God, and it'll all be okay for the right person. It's okay to change for the right person. You hear me? Okay. Love you, goldies. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave your comments in my comment section below. And yes, I'll see you in my next video. Ciao. Bye, goldies.